Well, hello. You are now listening to the Black Bougie Bras featuring Kev podcast. How you doing, Kev?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Guess who we got popped up here ASAP? Latoya. She said, I'm coming to claim my pride.
I hear that, Toya.
And Toya, you here early, honey. You said you coming to get your prize. Hey. How was your birthday? Let us know in the comments. How was Vegas? Hey, okay, listen. Yeah, so hey Toya. So Toya, you must be within our private Facebook group messaging us. Because for some reason, StreamYard and private groups do not mesh. So I have you up on my phone. It'll show up as Facebook user in StreamYard. It's crazy. All right, y'all. So listen, tonight is the night that Kevin has been waiting for. It's the end of Married at First Sight Atlanta. The new one starts in July.
What you mean that Kevin has been waiting for?
Kevin has been like, child, I'm just over the show. But I mean, I get it. Like, it is a tremendous pull. It's a lot. I will tell you, it is a lot. So yeah, it's okay. Like I get it. I totally get it. So we're gonna go ahead and just tackle it. I do have some footage from tonight for you all. You know, every episode I do watch it and I do take notes via my phone through video footage, photos, you name it. I think this episode was like it could have been a 30-minute episode. Let's be real. It could have been a 30-minute episode. They just really fleshed it all out.
You mean like every episode? You mean
no,
like
this one was like, okay, y'all really could have just gone ahead and made this one a good 30 minutes because we could kind of tell you what was going to happen. So Kev, we picked back up where Chris left off last week. Somebody said it could have been an email. Brandon, hey Brandon. Yeah, it could have been an email. It could have been. I'm really trying to figure out how StreamYard is working tonight because I did not choose.
It looks like you're posting the live from your personal and not from the.
No, it's totally.
I'm looking at it on your feed. I
see it, but I'm looking at it up top and I see all of these destinations it should be as well. So I don't know. I don't think I chose my personal page. No, I didn't even choose my personal page. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, I don't know how to share it from.
It's not giving you the option to share?
No, it's not.
Did you go to our private, did you go to Black Bougie Bras I Like page?
I can go there now.
Yeah, that's where you'll usually find it. So if y'all are seeing this and y'all are commenting, I don't know what StreamYard is doing.
It's not.
Yeah, so you chose it on our public like page.
Okay. I don't know. I typed something in and I put.
What do you typed in Black Bougie Bras?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are you on our like page or our private?
Whichever one came up. You know, I don't be doing the socials and the media.
My God.
So I'm on whichever one.
Okay, y'all, we'll get Kev together. But listen, tonight was the night where we were able to see Chris lose his little temper a little bit more. He was acting like, I hate to say it, y'all.
Did he lose his temper a bit more? I didn't see anything more than what happened last week. He just
kept it going. It just kept going. It was ridiculous. The pastor, he didn't deserve all that. Pastor Beijing did not deserve all that. Okay? My goodness. Hey, Maurice. Hey, Brandon. Look,
but
Brandon
he wasn't
said
even on there.
He wasn't
Chris even on there.
Chris said he's not coming back if he was on there.
Well, he was just flexing that muscle because you know how these people on reality television. I'm not shooting until they're gone, or I'm not finna give him a moment or her a moment. He was just flexing that muscle, and he got what he wanted.
He was. So it was a lot that happened tonight. So did you catch when he was asking, so are y'all getting a divorce? I got all the video footage, but I have yet to figure out how to get my stuff straight on here. But
who asked that?
The host Kevin said, so are you all getting a divorce?
Yeah, but he asked that last week, right? Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he asked that last week.
For sure. Yeah, so he asked it tonight, and it was a definitive yes from Paige. And Paige, you know how we've been saying this whole season, like, where are Paige's friends? I mean, everybody across the world must have been having the same questions. And Paige's homegirl showed up tonight. She was just basically like, if I knew what I knew, I would have said something to him that first night when he said, you know, y'all have all these women in Atlanta, all these millions of Black women, white women, Latino women, but you sit up here and you bring me this.
Yeah, now that was my first time seeing that because, you know, I wasn't really, you know, I maybe that was in an episode that I missed, or yeah. I don't
no,
think
he definitely said it, and I have the video footage, but of course I can't hear it come through. Hey, Janice, how you doing?
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Janice, and I agree. I'm saying I saw that tonight. I didn't see that before. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I saw it, and I
remember on the episode.
Yeah, I remember being like, that's really tragic.
Yeah, I missed it. Maybe I didn't see that episode, or I just wasn't paying attention, wasn't looking at the screen when he said it, but I saw it tonight.
Yeah, I have her friend here. I need to figure out why I cannot pull up the audio. Hold on a second. It's like the audio is not gonna work. But her friend was pretty much.
Bear with us. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. I'm pulling up the audio. I mean the video, but I hope I can stream it in for you guys. This is the type of friend that I am. I'm sorry. But her friend was just based. Let me see if y'all can hear it. Y'all probably will.
But when the friend came out, I was like, yes, friend, come through with the glitter dress, the makeup, the hair. She looked like she was the star of the show, honey.
She looks a little bit like Toya Bush Harris right there.
She was just basically like, y'all not gonna play my friend, and since you want to talk about women so dang go bad, let me show you what it is. And so she showed up with her glitz and glam. Her weave and the baby hairs is laid for the gods. I mean, I'm not mad. I think she looks fabulous. I just hope that you all can hear it. I wonder if I can open it with the QuickTime player. Would it be better? Or would you be able to hear it? Oh, Lordy. I don't even know where it went to, child. Hold on, and let me see
if I can... the screen?
I see it there, but I'm trying to share it. I'm trying to share the right window with you guys. Right here. Okay, so I hope y'all can hear this, Lord. I'm pushing play now. Can y'all hear it?
No.
Oh my God. Let me see what I can do so y'all can hear this. Anybody who's a tech wizard in the comments, please let us know. Because I want y'all to hear it, because I can play it on YouTube, but I can't do it on here.
Give us a synopsis of what
I
she
wonder
was saying.
if it's because you have your headphones.
Let me see.
Microphone.
Let me see. Audio. I just don't know what it is. I think it's all because it's connected to my Yeti. Let me try this. Let's try this right here. See if y'all can hear this. But yes, I know. Let's see. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Can y'all hear that?
No.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to work on this on the back end. So basically Kevin was just basically like, hey, do you are you gonna forgive what he did to your friend? And she said, absolutely not. Like I would have dragged him. I would have beat him down. It would have been on and popping. And she was just the one friend that we would have liked to have seen in reality throughout the show. Like they're on there by themselves, but y'all saw everybody else had friends and she didn't. Like Paige didn't have a friend. She didn't have a friend on the show. Like when they had friends come over, she didn't have nobody.
Maybe she did that on purpose. Maybe she didn't invite them because it seemed like that friend, she was saying that, we're not like Paige. We're not quiet. We're not mannerable.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to handle the situation the same way she handled the situation. She sound like she's going to nuck if she buck. And I think Paige probably didn't want to put them
Well, she looked like
in
she
that
bugged.
situation.
Yeah, her friend was ready to ride. And like what Latoya said, I see your comment on the side, Toya. When she did make a dig, and it's in this video here, where she just was basically like, he's the biggest example of why Black mental health is so important. Like he is, and he playing games. Like don't nobody
I
deserve
think
that.
it's more, honestly, I wouldn't even blame it on mental health. Like, just seeing how he behaved and how childish he, you know, act towards who's that guy?
Um,
The pastor, whoever his name was, I can't remember, honey.
Pastor
But
Pastor Beijing, honey. Woo!
like, just the way he act, like, he was real childish. Like, I wouldn't even say it doesn't, like, it really doesn't seem like a mental health issue. It just seemed like a personal choice issue, a personal, like, he was just not on his grown man stuff. Like, who raised him? Like, I don't know, but
His
mm.
mama. His mama raised him. Hey,
It just
let
seemed
me
like
ask y'all this: Do y'all
mhm.
really think? Do y'all really think that? Well, you said that Johnny said that she doesn't think that Paige allowed for her friends to come around because she didn't want that energy, I guess.
Hmm.
Or do you think it's that she had friends that was like, I can't be a part of this bullshit. I can't, cause that's how I would have been. I would have been like, you want to go on here and do this, okay?
No,
I'm
if
not.
that's your ride or die friend, if it's your ride or die friend, it don't matter what they're going through. If it's on TV, whatever, you gonna show off and show out. Like, like, I think she didn't invite him because if my friend called me up with some BS like that, honey, we getting our shoes, we getting the keys, and we coming over. Like, regardless if the camera's there or not.
Yeah. I don't think
Your
she
real
said
friend.
any. Yeah, I don't think she said anything because I'm sitting
I
there
don't think
looking at
she
her
did
friend
either.
because her friend was ready, and I'm just sitting there like, Paige, why you didn't call your friend, your line sisters, your
She probably was
sorority
embarrassed.
sisters, your cousins,
It
your
was definitely
something?
embarrassment. It
Because
definitely
Hmm.
was that.
because I know my family would have showed up and embarrassed me because I didn't call them from the giddy up.
Well, do you feel like that's the why the friend is here now? Because the shit has because she may have been thinking in the moment, I'm not gonna call them because I don't want to be embarrassed in front of my friend. But bitch, the camera is on. Like it's gonna air. People gonna see it. So at this point, it's nothing you can do. But you might as well just let Lily come on to the TV and and speak her piece.
I mean, it
So
was quite sad for me personally because I wouldn't have wanted any of my friends or family members to be on national TV because she said she was just. I mean, she sounds like she's just mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted. It sounds like from all of them that they have been trashed
And
this
also, the
season.
friend trying to make a dig at Chris about mental health. I mean, it could apply to Paige too. I'm just throwing that
Hmm.
out there.
Absolutely.
You know, I think too, sometimes, you don't tell your friends certain stuff because you already know how they're going to react. And do you really want that advice? Like, was Paige really ready to hear what her friend
No,
gonna
she
say?
wasn't even
No.
listening to the expert. She
Right.
was still
She still
committed
wanted to
to.
do what
She
she
was
wanted to do.
committed to
Right.
the process. She
No, she
was.
was
She was.
committed to something else, but
That thing
uh
was good. I done told y'all about that. It was
yeah, so
good.
she
She
really
liked
didn't
it.
want to hear what her friends was gonna say. That's all that was.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes, and it could be the sex, but also I feel like for people that I know who've been through this, and then I feel like everybody has experienced really liking somebody, but this one was more like, girl, you are really committed to, yes, it's marriage, but it doesn't have to necessarily work out. Like, I mean, just take it for what it was. He's trash. Just go ahead and walk away. Yes, you want, your relationships to work out. Yes, you want to have a prosperous marriage. But if he acting like that, no, it's time to go.
That was just her excuse, honey. Ain't nothing she said made sense to me. I'm sorry. I just couldn't get with any of her logic.
I think she was wanting a marriage to work and it didn't. And she should just be okay with it. For me, I'm like, I wouldn't even call that a marriage.
Right.
That was an
But it was.
experiment.
But it was.
I wouldn't lose sleep over it.
You
I'd be
can
like, but
call
my
it what
thing
you want.
is, yeah,
You.
it's a marriage, but it was so short lived. I'd be like, listen, y'all just watched my annulment play out on national television.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. That's just, I mean, that's. And so, how y'all feel about Jacob and Haley? They was on there. Let me tell y'all something.
Kevin was giving it to him, like
Yes, he
how
was.
Kevin was on the show. That's how I need you to be, Kevin, when you talking about Jacob and Haley, because he was speaking the facts. He was saying the same thing we was saying about him not romancing her, and like he was on point.
Listen,
Kevin was
I
on
hear
point.
that. I hear that. I hear that. And I get y'all. I get where you're coming from with that information and with that feedback. However, I'm more in line with Dr. Pepper. Haley got to do something too now. It wasn't all just him. He was trying.
But
Haley,
she named like three things. She said, I try to connect with him spirit. I don't know if she said spirit. She said physically. I try to
no, she
connect with
didn't.
him.
No, she didn't. No,
She
she
did
didn't.
say that.
She
She
did
said
say
that, but she
that.
didn't really do that.
She
She said
How do
did.
that.
you how do you
No,
know that?
they
How
show.
can you give an
Listen,
example of her
look,
not
they
trying, Kevin?
they showed an example tonight where he was supposed to hold hands, but she didn't even want to. She was disgusted. She didn't even want to hold hands with the dude. You sitting right next to him, like what the
Why
hell?
would
It's
they
just
hold
a
hands at
hand.
this point? That would just be stupid.
No, no, no. It wasn't tonight. This was a never before seen shot that they put
It
in there. You
probably
might not have got to that.
it
Oh.
probably
She
was
did. So that's
after
the
he
example. No,
accused her
no,
of
no,
lying.
no. You're assuming that.
And then
No,
he
he
told
You
her
no,
she
he
was
said
asked.
that. He said
anxiety.
that.
He said,
They
you got high anxiety, you high
yeah,
this.
he was talking
I was
to
like, man, he
why
giving
you
it to
yeah,
her.
he was
Listen,
telling her,
he was
Kevin,
sick
this
of
is
her
facts.
shit.
It was on the
And she was
show.
sitting there all quiet and timid. I was like, honey,
I'd have flipped
I
the
would have been
table on
like,
his weird
who the
self.
hell you think you talking to?
Well, I will
Because
say this. I will
he
say
was giving her the business for no reason.
I will say this. He was a little. He was a bit abrasive
He
tonight.
was.
Well, yes, he was a bit
Been abrasive.
abrasive, and it
Yuck.
was just. It was uncomfortable. I was like, "Oh, this is
He's
okay.
been
This is not
he's
good."
been abrasive, Kevin. He's
And
been
Kevin, that was like,
annoying and abrasive for a while. She been told him, "I'm not feeling this," and this duck kept coming back around talking about, of course, because you don't like me. Okay, we know this. Can you please
what the
stop
other Kevin
saying
tell him? He said, this is what he say?
broken record?
This is a broken record. I was like, thank God somebody finally said
Yeah,
it.
it's like what you want the world to do. What you want the world to do because she don't like you, baby. You just need to be like, look, I'd have been in the camera every day after that. Like, America, I'm still single. I'm gonna get this annulment in 6 weeks. She not feeling me. I mean, he could have carried it so much better. He just really just dragged it.
He
And
act like a child too. He act like a 40-year-old child. It was a shame how that man act.
he was
Kevin
a little
is feeling
off.
some type of way.
He was a little off-putting tonight. I will say that.
He's been
I don't
off-putting
really.
for a while, Kev.
Okay, I'm not gonna agree with that. I'm not
Look,
gonna
let me
agree
tell
with
you
that.
how I
It's
know he
been
was
weird
off-putting,
for a
Kevin.
minute.
No.
That's the same jacket from the wedding, y'all. He said, "Let me
Okay.
go and throw this jacket on."
He said, for
Okay.
old time shakes, let me
Okay.
put it on. Yeah.
Okay.
With them
All I'm
red
saying
sneakers
is,
on,
all I'm
Pumas,
saying
whatever
is
he
the
had on.
stuff that y'all were saying about him that you didn't like. To me, it just seems so trivial and so minute at the time. It seemed so superficial and just
What?
this is weeks back that y'all are saying this stuff
What?
about
Name
him.
one thing, Kevin, because I didn't
I
say
know
anything
what I said.
superficial
No,
about
it's
him.
okay. It's okay.
The only thing Erica said was he was hairy. That was it.
And he's hairy. And yeah, he did dress a little better tonight, Toya. Yes, he did. Praise be to God.
He took the jacket from the wedding and threw it on with some ripped up
He
jeans.
had a designer. I mean,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to sneeze right now. I'm trying to calculate it, but he had a stylist. Thank you. But Kevin, okay, let's unbox it. Is it because I said that he dresses really interesting? His style is off. I'm trying to remember everything.
And I remember saying he had those shoes on at the
batting cage.
Yeah, he had dress shoes on at the batting cage.
Yes. Yeah,
don't nobody want to deal with that. To me, I feel like you can have a funky sense of humor or like a funky sense of style, but I'm telling you, he is the total package of just a little too off for me.
Why he have dress shoes on at the batting cage but had sneakers on tonight? Like, that just don't make no sense.
Because that's what he wanted to wear. That's what he wanted to wear.
No,
What's
I
wrong
think he
with that?
probably was doing that to get on Haley nerves too.
I will tell you when somebody, and I can only speak as a woman about a man who might be doing stuff just to make it worse. He was just showing up just every day. It was just getting cringier and cringier and cringier. And I'm like, yo, what is happening? Between her not knowing how to say what she needs to say and between him being just a hurt dog, just all the way messed up. It was just not gelling. It was just, and I just think by it. I mean, he gonna find him a real strange little lady he could be with for the rest of his life. And
why she got to be strange? Why?
Because he's strange.
Okay.
He's strange. I mean, he's strange. It is what it is. But Kev, I mean, it's okay.
It's nothing wrong with being strange. I mean, you just calling somebody strange. I mean,
you're not saying it positively though. You're not giving him a compliment.
No, so it's like that. It's just a gray area of strange. Like, he's gonna find somebody that will meet him where he is and love him for his strange and off-putting demeanor. Kevin is in his feelings about it.
Yeah, and you know what the sad part is about what's his name again? I forgot.
Jacob.
It's like a child, like almost like he stayed mad the whole time. Like, he cannot get over.
Couldn't get over.
I can agree with you. It was,
he really can't get over. Tonight. He can't get past it, and really it's almost like you're blaming her, but you're not. I mean, you're not getting over like simple stuff. Like, you're not getting over something that happened in Vegas. So it was just too much.
Yo, so they debunked the Vegas situation. Basically off the top, yes, Tiffany, either love him or accept him. I promise y'all, I have been down this road, and let me tell you, it is not fun, but it is the truth. You have to accept them or what have you. Hey, Stephanie. So here we are. That fight they had, their first argument about her sneaking down to be with the girls and the other couples, they debunked it tonight because she told him it was just a girls' night, but the other women started to invite their men downstairs. So when he walked downstairs and saw them together, he felt a way. Like, he was like, wait a minute, why you didn't invite me to the couples party? And she was like, initially it was just, that's not what it was. And so when they talked to all the other guys, they were like, yes, in true transparency, it was just a girls' event. And then Kevin, the host, was like, well, don't you feel bad for like tripping on her and then calling her all these names about it, a liar, and I've dated a liar before. Look at you, you're a liar. I just feel like this man is still emotionally hurt from past relationships, and he needs to go handle that. Because the way he cried, snotted, and dragged this whole season about everything,
he cried. Did I miss that?
It's me just describing his personality. Like it was just a drag. It was just he called her a liar off of that. Like I can understand if she truly did lie, but he shut her down in such a way. And I don't know if that probably made it worse for her. Especially if she wasn't trying to lie to this man.
Maybe he really feels like she's a liar. I mean, are we going to forget that he said that she was one person on camera and a different person off camera?
But I don't know. After that argument that I saw on camera, I think at that point, like he was holding a grudge. But I think as a female, as her, I probably wouldn't want to move forward with that marriage after that conversation.
Why don't you just say that then?
She said she wasn't feeling him at one point, Kevin. Halfway through the season.
Why don't you just say exactly what you just said? Why don't you just say exactly what Janice just said? I don't want to continue with it. Why do you just continue with the charades and shenanigans for the rest of the season rather than just have that simple sentence that Janice just said?
Well, I can't. Who, me? Or you mean her?
Ellie, her.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, out of everybody,
look, he's sick of her shit because he was sick of the rigmarole. He did not want to be on this rigmarole. He said when the cameras was off, she was he was sick of her shit, of the rigmarole, because he was trying and she was not.
I mean,
but you the only one that think he was trying.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I'm not.
Even the other Kevin said he was not trying.
The experts said that he was trying too.
I mean, and you know what? And maybe in his own special way, Kev, he was trying. Both of them may not be the best that they can be for one another. I would definitely give him that. I can only speak on behalf of dealing with that before. And he's probably an amazing guy. He's just gonna have to meet somebody that kind of is in that little zone.
I wouldn't say he was amazing because the stuff that he did show us how he was acting. I wouldn't say an amazing.
He's extremely insecure. He's extremely insecure.
And they talk about mental health. Now he really does have some mental health issues that he needs to get fixed. Because it seemed like he brought a lot of insecurities. It really do feel like he brought a lot of insecurities in a relationship and took it off on Haley. So even if she wasn't coming off that way, to him she was, because he just kept saying, well, I had somebody do this before. Yeah,
well, you don't say that.
Damn it, I ain't that person. So,
I can agree with you on that. But let's not put Haley on the pedestal.
No, I'm not putting her on the pedestal, but she's a little higher than he is. I'm just saying.
You know what? Yeah, because she would sit there and just look at him. And for me, I'd have been like, bitch, we about to fight. It would just be something like that. What she
could have done is say, I don't want to continue this marriage and let it be over with, which is what she should have did if that's how she felt.
And she could have, but it wouldn't change that he's just a strange ass bird, Kev. I mean, it ain't gonna change the color of the bird, okay? It is.
I am not doing this. I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh my God! I'm just saying, like, y'all know I done been through this. That's why I be watching it, and every time he come on, I be like, ugh. I mean, I'm telling you, you just. Anywho, all in all, what are your closing comments on this? And we will box this show up. Let it live on our Facebook pages, our YouTube channel. I told the crew, I know Married at First Sight is coming back in July. I know Kev is not necessarily a fan. Janice is, but one way or the other, even if they don't want to talk about it, I'll try to make a space for y'all so we can talk about it. So what is you all's, we said until next season. Yeah, don't worry. I'll bring it for y'all. It just might be in a much smaller setting because I'm not gonna put the brand through this. Even though this show had definitely helped bring us back as a whole. Like I had to choose something to bring us back conversation wise. So it was a true blessing for Married at First Sight. But Johnny's, what is your final thoughts on this season?
Um,
Oh,
I would say no. Actually, watching this episode tonight just brought me back to how I thought Vincent and Brianna was just a great couple. I think that newly couples can definitely take some pointers and tips for them. And I was actually talking to my coworker last week, and she was saying that, when he admitted, like when Chris and Bree sat down, he admitted to his faults. And sometimes, it's difficult for men to do that. And so just, they were a great couple.
okay.
The others, you know, where's the trash can when you need it? Where's Gary trash can when
Yeah,
you need it?
I asked her before we went
The
live
others were
where
just
Gary at.
trash, and
At home.
I think the experts need to have a powwow, because they need to revamp and redo, that process because, honey, they need to be calling some references or some because
Because Chris
some
was
of that stuff I
engaged.
feel like they should have known.
It
Like some of that stuff they should have known about these people. And I just feel like they need to revamp their process.
okay. All right. Johnny's has closed the books. Kev, what is your thoughts? Your final thoughts?
I'm divided. So let me put on the producer hat real quick and
Oh,
just
okay.
tell
Mhm.
you from the producer standpoint, the show is too fucking long. It's just too
Okay.
long. Um, you could have wrapped this up much quicker.
Okay.
Now let me take off the producer hat and put on the consumer hat. Um, it was an interesting experiment to watch. Not probably one the outside of us reviewing for the Black Bougie Brides brand. It probably wouldn't have been my choice to watch, but it was interesting. I was very skeptical from the beginning of I didn't understand why anybody would sign up for anything like this and how it could ever even be a positive outcome from these couplings that they do on there, and was pleasantly surprised that there was some, and a couple of them that I had predicted myself. So if I do say so myself, so
I'm sorry. What did you say?
some of them that I predicted,
Um, let me.
and then some of them that
Oh, okay. Because I write everything down. So I
But you
was
didn't
about
even
to say.
predict the best couple up there.
And I
And
mean,
that was
Kevin.
Brie and Vincent.
well,
Yeah,
let me give y'all credit. Y'all remember y'all flipped me on that one.
Kevin said Paige and Chris was a no. He
Mhm.
said Eric and Virginia was a yes.
Wait, pause right
Eric
there.
and
Pause right
Vincent
there.
a yes.
Pause right there. Eric
I
and
mean
Virginia.
Eric. I'm sorry, Eric
Let
and Virginia. Mhm.
yes, and I still stick to this. He will kill her.
Oh wow,
You wait
wow.
for it.
To be continued.
You wait for it. Okay, keep going.
You said Vincent and Bree. No,
Y'all flipped me in the end. Remember,
I did not.
I changed it on the last time.
No,
I
no,
changed it.
no. There's no change. There is no
Listen.
changes,
Listen.
Kev.
I was allowed to change the last day. I did change it.
Okay, and then you had Jacob Haley a no, and
Mhm.
which one is this? Ryan and Clara a no.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
And
that,
all of them should have been now.
all of them should have been no.
Except for Vincent and I think Virginia Eric, yes. But I think Ryan and Clara should have been a now. I still think they should have been a now.
What do you
Yeah.
think? Okay, let's put a wager on. What do you thinking? Let's give it another
6 months.
6 months. You want to come back and reconvene and see where they at in 6 months?
That might be hard.
Usually when have you ever been to a wedding and you have been guessing how long it's gonna last? So when you're at the wedding,
No, I've never done
No, I
that.
never think that.
oh
I
my
am
gosh,
always in love with the couple that is getting
Right.
married.
my gosh. Okay, well I have, and
Tell us
usually
in the
I'm
comments if you're like
usually.
Kevin, where you think the marriages
No, no,
aren't
no,
gonna
no,
make
no,
it.
no,
And
no, no, no. Let's be
hey,
clear. Let's be clear. I don't do that at all weddings, but I have been to some weddings before where I just
that's what
knew.
we saying. That's why I said, let us know in the comments if you like Kevin and thinking the marriages aren't going to work. What is the
Not all
stipulation?
of them. Not all of
I
them.
did not say all. I said when you go to the weddings, some, I don't know how
Mhm.
many,
If you
and
know
you.
the people, then you know that if you know something is not gonna work, you just know it's not gonna work. You
So,
just
have you ever tried to tell people before the wedding?
let me tell you, there was a wedding that I went to that I knew was not gonna last. And I was there, and the portion of the wedding where they say, if anybody objects to this wedding, they took that part out of the wedding. And the person that was my plus one that went with me to the wedding knew how I felt about it, and I kept talking about, even though I was there, but I kept saying, if they say it, I'm gonna say something because
You were not,
I
Kevin.
was, I
I
was,
don't believe
and
it either.
listen, I was involved with this person, so I was, so it was odd me even being at the wedding. I don't even understand how I ended up there, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So you don't even know how you got an invitation.
I don't know why I got an invitation, but
So why did you go?
because I still care for the person. Well, long story short, they ended up getting divorced within the time frame that I stipulated. So I said, give this maybe 2 years, 3 years tops. Years later, when we reconvened and we had sat down and talked about it, it was exactly the time
Well,
frame that I gave.
what was the reason why they didn't
You know,
make it?
it was a little infidelity. It was.
On whose part? And were you a part of the
No, I wasn't.
infidelity?
Absolutely not. I wasn't a part of it. I wasn't.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My quick wrap up. Always love Married at First Sight. It's crazy. It's dealing with real people. It's dealing with real emotions. It's dealing with people who really want to be married. But it also makes you sit back and think. I feel like as we get older, there's so many more stipulations in this marriage game. Like even for myself, I'm just sitting back like, ugh, it's just over time, what you wanted may change, what kind of personality type you want may change. It's just, it's such a tragic world when it comes to dating. So I really feel bad for the people that get on the show, but I love when they make it.
Mm-hmm.
I still do feel bad for Paige. Like I just truly wish it would have turned out different for her. It seems like she has a good heart and she deserves a really good man. Chris, I know people gonna be squaring up with him in the street on the random. So I wish him the best. But I still think it's a great show, and it was just a lot. It was just a
Erica,
lot.
I will say I will watch the show, but probably in my own leisure.
Hmm.
Like I get what Kevin said, like sitting down for 2 hours
It's
to
tough.
watch it all at once. It's a lot.
It's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
it was easy. It's sometimes it's tough for me because I just have so much going on.
Right.
So for me, it's the rigmarole of my day. But once I lock into stuff, I'm just I'm almost not even real no more. I'm a machine with all the stuff I gotta do. So I just sit there and be like, bam. But I really want to thank you all for taking your time to watch the show and hanging in there
Mm-hmm.
with us and
Yes, Lord.
bringing Black Bougie Bras back to life, because we went through a transitional period. So I said, listen, let's just review this to kind of get back on the mic. So I thank y'all so much.
I have a question for
Mm-hmm.
y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
was y'all? Because for me, it just gave me a reminder tonight because they replayed. What was the part that was like the funniest?
Out of the whole season,
Yes, like the whole season, something you just kept laughing, like you just couldn't help but laugh.
I think.
So
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
my part is when he said, "You just a drunker." To what?
He was like, "You're just a drunkard. You're just a drunkard." And I feel like they picked that fight with him, and then they just couldn't control him no more because he lost his mind.
I was like, "Is that even right? I never heard it used like that before."
No, that must be some super country drunkard. You're just a drunkard. And I was like, Lordy.
But y'all know what? He was right on with that. That was the only time on the show
he was probably correct. Ever said. That was the truest thing he ever said. And it was like, you don't know. You don't know. Yeah, he do know. We all know.
She got quiet. That's how you know somebody's telling the truth about you is when you get quiet.
Yeah, we all know. We all know.
It was crazy. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. We greatly appreciate y'all. Maurice said, what was the most shocking moment of the season? I think it's the obvious for me.
Right.
It's how Paige stayed. I don't know what kind of contractual whatever.
Yeah,
they have over her.
The shocker was when the minister said, "So are you still?" When somebody asked her, "Why was you still sleeping with him?" You remember that episode? Because at that point we didn't know they were still sleeping together, and they was like, "Well, are you still sleeping with him?" And when she said yes, I was like,
it was so embarrassing. Like, I would have been like, bump this ugly. I would have, if you're gonna keep me on camera, I'm gonna have to get myself together because I'm gonna give people something to watch. I'm gonna be like, it's day 22.
Well, you don't feel like that's what Chris was doing? He was giving y'all something to watch.
Chris was, to me, a lunatic. Like, he just needed to get punched on television. Like, he really needed to get the stomp down in front of the world.
You don't think maybe he might have been, he could have been playing this character the whole time?
I think he was, not the whole time, but definitely the reunion.
Yeah.
Because after, I remember seeing Erica had posted something about him saying something about some views and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And so how he was acting towards the pastor Beijing. Yeah. I think all that was a show. I think he was putting on then, like, for ratings and clout. I really do.
I just think
because it was no reason for him to act that way. Like, that was just so random.
He's just trash. He's been trash from the get go. I mean, he's just a trash ass dude. Let's just be real. He's a trash ass dude. The most shocking, to answer your question, Maurice, is Paige and Chris, and I feel bad for Paige because, like, how can you move forward? You could tell she couldn't even match her foundation for the reunion. It was too.
I think she did that. I think a makeup artist did that, and it was not a sister who did her makeup. Yeah. I would just say
that bet not. But it's possible because I did a show in New York City where it was a huge production, might I add, and the majority of us were Black. And unfortunately, one of the models was white, and they fortunately, she was white. We love all people, but unfortunately, they put our foundation on her, and the jokes that her and the other white models that they had with each other in the corner, we couldn't help. We almost peed ourselves. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be walking around the runway, and they're gonna think I have blackface," and we were just like. And you were but she was like, they used my foundation on her, and she was white, and I was like, oh my God. And she's like, look at me, it doesn't even match my neck. They're gonna drag me all the way down. We was like, girl, what? Maurice said, can you see any of the couples that stay together having kids together?
It's definitely Brie and Vincent.
They're gonna have them some little poppy.
She already pregnant. I told y'all. Brie, mark my word. Brie is already pregnant. I'm calling it. Brie is already pregnant. You heard it. You heard it here first on Black Bougie Bras podcast. Brie is already pregnant, guys.
Okay.
Breaking news.
So, breaking news. I think it's time for us to
allegedly.
Yeah, well, listen, I think I'll pull it. I'll pull it for social media. I'll definitely pull it for social media so that people will know that Johnny's scoped it out first. Her and my mama be having they be having like baby. They have good baby
radar,
whatever you want to call it, radar. So can y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So Christian, I didn't mean for this to start on your name. But
you can shuffle it. You can
I'm gonna try to shuffle it.
There you go. I
I'm
was still
trying
up
to.
there.
I know. Oh my goodness. All right, cool. Oh, but it's still jacked up. Let me shuffle again. Okay, it's all crazy, y'all. I'm trying. Let me do something real quick. So we're finally gonna give away our first um bougie box.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you all feeling about it? Are we
Excited.
excited?
Yeah, excited.
Okay, so I'm adding extra layers here.
So let
So
me
we don't.
ask you, do the winner have to be on tonight?
Hmm.
Are they all on
Hmm.
tonight?
Do we have every? I saw Latoya. I saw Christian.
Because usually, when people do a giveaway, the winner has to be there to claim.
Oh my gosh, she's making it crazier, y'all.
I'm
So
just saying. I'm
do
just
we
saying.
do we still have Brandon on the line? Do we still have Christian on the line? Do we still have Latoya on the line?
Is
Let
it
us
Christian
know.
Belton?
Yes,
Yes.
it's
I see
Christian.
her.
Christian is still on there.
Let
Latoya
us know in
said,
the
"I'm
comment.
here, baby. I'm
Okay.
here. We see you, girl."
I can't see
Listen,
everybody comments though.
you have to look at it on the phone. I think it's because I'm sharing it to our private Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. All right. I wonder, do I push here? All right, y'all. We're gonna
Uh oh, here we
choose.
go. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, okay. Let me try one more again. Okay, close. Okay. So let me try again.
We won. That's what it said.
We
It
did
said we
win.
won.
Oh
Uh
my gosh. It's Brandon in the room.
Brandon.
I don't
It's
know if Brandon is still on here. I
it's
don't.
should we listen?
Look,
Okay.
everybody hung out with us the whole season. I say, hey,
Yeah.
you know.
Listen, they up here saying, you know. I don't know what means.
We didn't put
So,
that. We didn't put that in the details. So we didn't say
well,
you had
hey,
to be
Christian.
here.
So, what I will do is we'll get in touch with Brandon, but Christian and Toya has my number. Christian, DM Erica Patrice, DM my personal page, Erica Patrice, so that I can get your information. I did tell the Bougie Brides that Kev, well, Johnny's and Kev. I said, listen, regardless if whomever wins the drawing, we want to make sure we do a special shout out to you all, period. And I might throw some extra people in there who've been extremely instrumental in our, with our
Weekly,
brand.
yes.
So we greatly appreciate you. Yes, Brandon did
Congrats to
win.
Brandon. Congrats to Brandon. You're gonna get the
Congrats to
very
Brandon.
first Bougie Box.
Box. Yes. So Christian, DM me, Erica Patrice here on Facebook. Toya, I'm gonna just text you. So we're gonna have a shout out for y'all. That's gonna be real cute. Look, who said they going to bed? Toya. But Toya, you don't act like that, girl. We got something for you. So it might be better than the box, depending on how you look at it. So I will be in contact with you. Okay, I'm gonna be in contact with you. But yes, thank y'all so much.
Good night, Toya.
Yes, Toya. She said, honey, I'm about to roll over. I'm about to roll over. But we do have great things coming up. We do have a great episode coming up tomorrow on our podcast platforms. It's a two-parter, kind of sorta. We have our buddy Job coming back, the sexless Christian. So he'll be in the room back in the Bougie Den. And if you are single, stay on the lookout. Married at First Sight has inspired us to start our own singles dating. What do we want to call it?
shows,
Experiment.
experiments. Yes.
Dating.
That make us the
Thing.
experts. Are we the experts?
Oh my
We are the
gosh, we
experts,
might be
honey. We
Am
are
experts.
I
the
Pastor Cow?
experts.
Am I Pastor
Yes,
Cow?
yes.
And so we're gonna make sure we talk to Tiffany and Dee because last
Mhm.
week they popped up and said that they would help us because the only person who's married up here is Johnny's.
Which I said it does not matter. I mean, I think we need to have all perspectives.
Yeah.
I think all perspectives need to be represented.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. A little more reach. You need to ask these certain questions in our group. We got it. We got it coming up, so where you can watch some live recordings. But don't worry, we gonna get that straight. But just stay tuned. But I hope y'all enjoyed tonight. Thank you for rocking with us for Black Bougie Box featuring
Thank
Kev.
you.
We'll let y'all know our consistency of coming on live because now that the show is over Wednesday nights, you may not see us anymore. But if you have strife with that, if you have beef with that, go over to our private Facebook page, Black Bougie Box featuring Kev Podcast, and air out your grievances so we can all talk, communicate, and figure out what we're going to do moving forward. But we do have a dating thing
Coming to you.
It's
Coming
an
soon.
experiment. It's an experiment.
Experiment
So if
show.
you
We're gonna call it the
trust
experiment
Kev,
show.
Johnny's, and myself, it's gonna be good. Tell me it's gonna be hilarious.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
D said, I remember what Single Life was like. Yeah, girl. But y'all coming with a different type of experience now. Me and Kevin, we just out here. We're just floating along. Floating along.
Thought and bopping.
Just just here. But we thank y'all so much again for your love, for your support, and we appreciate you. Tomorrow, new episode drops. Share with your friends. I've had a few people send us some wonderful comments when I posted that we had over 4,000 downloads. So there's more people listening than we thought. But definitely check out tomorrow's episode. And if you're a part of our private Facebook group, I automatically just drop it in there. So check us out. But y'all have a great night.
See y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.